Hey guys, Wandering Shell here, and once again we're doing another Marvel United, this time with Firestar. She has fire. I actually had to hand prime this character because of the clear resin, the fire that she's shooting out. I actually had to hand do it. It was time consuming because of how detailed it is, and you can see certain parts of it I missed. I've done it where I just taped the locations, but this one was a little on the tricky side because of where it's located and how she's positioned. It throws it off. So I actually had to hand paint it so it looks pretty bad hand painted instead of being sprayed. Usually my primer is a white coat, but it is a spray on instead of hand painting them. I feel like the sprays make it a little bit easier, and I can do like 5 at a time versus 1 at a time, which can be very time consuming. So something to think about when you guys are doing your primes and stuff, that you can either hand prime it, where it's literally you take a giant brush and just kind of one character at a time. Or you can take a spray and just spray the whole thing if you know that's the base color that you're going to do. I've seen some people do it where if they know which colors they're going to use, like greens or blues, they will do those certain sections of it and be primed like that. I like to make it just one color, usually it's white, because the colors that I paint on are going to be more prominent, more bright, compared to if somebody put a black primer or a green or blue primer. Those colors will kind of make everything look a little darker compared to what the character is. So if you're going like the Warhammer group or even like Batman group, I would suggest doing darker colors to make it a little bit more dark and broody. If you're doing more happy, brighter looking characters, I would go with a lighter primer, just because the lighter primers make the character pop a little bit more, make the colors show more. So it's something to think about, especially if your character has a lot of yellows or pinks and things like that. You really want to make them pop, right? So I would suggest doing that by making a white primer versus like a darker primer. Like this character, Firestar, for example, which I have no idea who this character is. And this is what's going to happen to a lot of these characters, and I feel bad. I do look them up after I finish recording all this and whatnot. I do look them up and kind of learn from them. And I like telling people about them. If they're big Marvel fans, I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of Firestar? And I love the reactions of, no, I don't. I'm like, cool. Neither did I at first until I started painting this character. Then I started looking into it and worked on it. Not during the time that I should be working on other stuff. I like to research once in a while. She is a hero in this grouping, so of course she gets her soft tone. I did not soft tone her flames because I wanted to keep them as is, compared to what I've done with like the water characters and things like that. Next is the highlighting, or the highlighting phase. So basically I went over anything that's raised, went back to being painted in its original color. It was really hard to see it in the red, but I did try to do it with her hair with red, where it should be highlighted, but I didn't like it very much, so I actually went over and got orange for her highlight for her hair. I think it actually looks pretty cool looking for the orange highlight. So that's something to think about for highlights, instead of like mixing white with the regular color. Have fun. I've done it with black hair. I used deep blue or even purples to make it pop more. This one, I like doing red with orange highlights. It actually makes it look more fiery, hence her character is fire. So that's something to think about, to look into, which is fun to do, is those highlights. Next, I went back in that yellow, and boy, that made it pop. Now it looks so much better. It doesn't look dull anymore because her outfit is very yellow, very bright colored. There's no darkness into it. And other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Nice, short, simple. I hope you guys enjoy these. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Later!